Hey guys, Blaze Mods here. So today is going to be the start of my 3-part tutorial on how to rig in KH2. For this first part, I'm going to be covering how to rig in Blender. For the first part of this for the first tutorial, then the second tutorial, I'll cover how to rig in Maya, and the third tutorial, I'll cover how to map and rig models in Sriko's tool. So let's go ahead and dive in. So you're gonna want to have Blender open for this. So I'm using where does it say? I'm using 2.83.18 version 2.83.18. But you can use whichever version you want. I'm just using this for this example. If you want to rig like a custom model or something, I would recommend going to DeviantArt. So DeviantArt. Don't mind this. And then type in whatever model you want. I'm just gonna type in Shion. See, what one do I want to use? Maybe I'll go with this one. In case any of you want to know, I'm thinking about going back to making my Shion mod for KH2, but I'm gonna wait on working on it until I finish my main mod, which is my KH3 mod, Project KH3, and then I'll work on Shion. The reason why I don't want to work on Shion right now is because I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many projects. So I'm just going to be working on my KH2 mod for now. And then once I complete that, then I'll be working on Shion. And then after that, I might do Terra. Okay, this model might not be a good example. It's got way too many textures. Okay. Here's a different model. Actually, I'll just show you guys how to do it with the current model I have. Once you download the model, you're going to want to open it in either WinRAR or 7-zip. And then extract it to wherever you want, and then it's gonna come as an MMD file. So you're gonna wanna go to wherever you saved it, and check to see if it's a .pmx file or a .pmd file. PMX and PMD are formats of MMD. If you guys don't know what MMD stands for, it stands for Miku Miku Dance, which is basically an MMD program that allows you to create dance and music videos with anime characters and stuff, and other video game characters. But I'm not going to be using that model in this example. I'm going to be using my Shion Winter model. I'm going to be making for my Shion mod eventually. I already have her exported to FBX, but I'm going to show you guys how to export her. How to export her to that. So I'm gonna be using 2.79b for exporting the MMD, but I'll provide a link to an MMD Tools thing for 2.8. And the one for 2.8 also should work for 2.9 in case you guys use 2.9. But I'm just going to be using this to convert her to FBX. So I'm going to go new. And then I'm going to go delete the cube. Delete the lamp. Delete the camera. Okay. And then I'm going to go to File. Import. PMD, PMX. Oh wait, I almost skipped a step. Hold up guys. Before you do that, hold up a second. I have way too many folders open here. Let me go to my E drive real quick. So I'm going to provide a link to this program. It's called PMX Editor. This is a program you can use to T-pose MMD models, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, the models must be T-posed in order for them to rig properly. And usually MMDs are in A poses, so there are rare occasions where they're in T poses, but usually they're in A poses. But I'm gonna show you guys how to T-pose a model in PMD Editor. This version that I have has a plugin called called semi-standard bones. So I'm gonna provide this version I have here for you guys, so you guys don't have to track down that plugin. But so you're gonna want to go here. You're gonna want to go back to your model. Alright, it's already in my thing. You're gonna want to go back to your model, and then you're gonna want to drag in your model into the window, into this window, and then you'll be prompted. It says add change size. You want to hit new. You want to keep it on new. Keep it on custom, and I don't modify the number for custom. Just keep it the way it is, and hit OK. And then it'll import the model into that program. Now to T-poser, what you want to do is you want to go up to Edit, plugin P for P, shortcut key P, and then go to semi-standard bones, and then look at her file extension. If it's a PMD, you want to choose the top one here. If it's a PMX, you want to choose this one here. Since it's originally a PMD, I'm going to be using the PMD. And then once you're done with that, you want to untick this box here, and then hit OK. And then it'll just give you this error message. Just click OK, and then go back to this window here, and click on these two arrow icons here at the end here. If you guys can see that, these two arrow icons, click those. Click the T for the T-pose setting, and then click the bone on her shoulder, and try to line up her arms as best you can. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to line them up as close as you possibly can. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm gonna try to do this accurately if I can. So just stand by for a sec, guys. Okay, that should be good. That looks good enough. Okay, then once you're done with that, go up to File, Save Model, Save Model. You can do Save As, but I would recommend doing Save Model, or Save Model As, but I would recommend doing Save Model. And then just rename your file to Shion T-pose or whatever your model is, and then put T-pose at the end so you know what it is, and then hit save, and then it'll save it. I already have it saved, so I don't need to do that. And then I'm going to go over to Blender 2.8 and show you guys how to rig this thing. Okay, so I'm going to go up to File, Import. Oh shoot, forgot a step. Once you do that, go back into Blender, Import PMD PMX. You guys don't have to do this if you're using an version of MMD Tools that already have the MMD in it. You guys don't have to convert it to FBX for that. But when you go to export it, you want to export it as FBX. But since I'm doing this with two different versions of Blender, I'm just gonna extract this as an FBX real quick, or show you guys how to extract it as an FBX. So once you import it, well, let me show you what you guys will do. Go up to File, Import PMD PMX. This is the plugin that I have installed, the MMD Tools plugin. Click that. Go to navigate to wherever you have your folder saved by going to either your hard drive or your desktop, or wherever you have it saved, and then double click on the file. Okay, I opened it twice, but I don't really care. I'll just delete the second one. Anyway, okay. So now that you've imported it, you can either get started on rigging it, or if you're using a different program to import it, or rig it, just import it into that program. But then you want to go to File, Export. I'm gonna go to File, Export, and export this as FBX. I don't care. I'll just overwrite my original file. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and import that into Blender. E-drive, storage. I have my shit in like folder upon folder upon folder, so just try to bear with me. My shit is like organized in a weird way. Shit, winter FBX, and then it'll import her. And then to rig her for KH2, you want to hit A on your keyboard to deselect everything. or just hit left click that works too. And then click on the bones and delete them, because you don't want to use the bones with the MMD, because it won't work if you do when you go to convert it to MDLX. There are some really rare cases where you don't even have to do rigging in Blender, and you can just export it straight to MDLX. I found that a Mulan model that I downloaded, I was able to just convert straight to MDLX, but that's a very rare case. Not a lot of MMD models will allow that because they don't have the right bone structure. So I was surprised by that, but yeah, there are very rare cases where you can actually just convert it straight to FBX. So it doesn't hurt on trying to do that. If it doesn't work, then you just go into your model editing program and rig it. So I'm going to put her over Sora. So I'm going to go to Sora's MDLX. So hold up one sec. I'll provide a link to... I'll provide a link, or not a link. I'll provide some notes for Sora's drive names, and his base model. So let me go to my folder here real quick. So P_EX100 dot to give me more accurate search. And you can just drag and drop the MDLX into the into Oasis to go straight to the model. You don't have to actually search it in Oasis. Okay. And here it is right here. So I'm gonna right click this, export, go up to browse, go to my folder where I have the Shion model. So don't mind the name of this folder, guys. I was gonna put my Shion models over Sora, but then I found out I can't replace his drive forms because they're not actual models. They're just texture changes. So I decided I'm just gonna use some of these models in my Shion mod for KH2. But yeah, I don't mind the name of the folder. I haven't had a chance to change it yet. Okay, name it Sora. I hope it doesn't overwrite that texture there. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, in order to reveal the textures of the model in Blender 2.8 and 2.9, you want to go up to these little circles here. If you see the circle with like a little triangle with like a quarter triangle in it, or not quarter triangle. If you see this icon here between the all white logo, all white circle, and then the one with the line going across the corner of it, click this and it'll reveal the textures. If Blender doesn't crash on me. There you go. I don't know why her legs are black, but whatever. It's probably just the lighting of this program. But anyway, so then you want to go to import again. You want to go to FBX and import that Sora FBX you just made. And then you want to scale her down so that she fits Sora's proportions. So you want to go to the scale tool here, not that model. You want to go to the scale. You want to go to the scale tool here, and then you choose this box icon and just scale her down so that she fits Sora's mesh. My hands are kind of shaky, so don't mind me. I have very unsteady hands because of my disability, so don't mind me. Okay, as you can see, her arms aren't completely lined up, but that's fine. They don't need to be completely lined up as long as they're aligned. As long as they're still aligned with Sora's arms, Sora's hands, they're fine. And then, let's see. Why isn't it showing Sora's bones? Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, and then delete the Sora mesh. Alright, hold up. Oh shoot! I forgot, guys. When you import an MMD, make sure you go up to your outliner here on the top right, and open up the name of your MMD model. In this case, the outliner name is Untitled. And then delete the joints. Delete joints. Apparently I'm going to have to do this like this because this Blender program sucks. Like that. And then import Sora. Rescale Shion again. Why does she look like she's not centered properly? Huh. Okay. Not gonna worry about that. Okay, now I'm gonna delete the Sora model. So go up to your outliner up here. Go down and delete all Sora's meshes. And then you'll just be left with Sora's bones. Now, to start rigging this, you want to make sure you select your bones and you select your mesh. You go up to object. Oh wait, sorry guys, don't select the bones on the mesh. Select the bones. Go up to object, pose mode. Then select all the bones. Select your mesh. Select your mesh. Select the mesh and select the bones. I hate Blender for this shit, dude. There we go. Okay, now I got the bones and the mesh selected. You want to hit Control P on your keyboard, and then go down to where it says with envelope weight and select that. Then that will bind the bones to your mesh. Then all you gotta do is go up to where is it at? Then all you gotta do is deselect everything. There. So you want to select the untitled file in case it's titled untitled. And then go to this drop down up here and go down to weight paint mode. And then as you'll see, Shion's body is all bluish like and all blackish like. So what you want to do there is you want to go down to, let's see, which one is it? Okay, I have to remember which one it is on this application, guys, so give me a sec. Okay, so you can open up a separate instance of a Blender, a Blender and use it with Sora only and use it as a reference for the bones. But the general concept is when you're rigging the model, you can use Sora as reference in another instance of Blender, and then select which bone has an influence. And all you gotta do is just color it until the mesh is colored, until that part of the mesh is colored. And then once you're done rigging it, go up to File, Export as FBX. And then once you do that, I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. So File, Export as FBX. Save it to wherever you want. I'm just going to save it to here. I'm going to just name this to... hold up. Tutorial. Hit enter and then enter again to save it. Go into an Oasis. So go into an Oasis. And I got to drag the model in there. Drag this into an Oasis. Hit yes to open it. And then as you can see, don't mind the weird warping of her head. That's just the MMD model. It's weird. The MMD one's weird like that. It's just weird. So and then right click, export as DAE Collada. And then go to your and then I'll provide a link to the MDLX builder in the description. This is in the description of this video as well. But you want to go to where you have your MDLX builder saved. And then all you got to do is drag the DAE over onto the open button. And it's not going to do anything because I didn't rig this properly. But when you do that, if you rigged it properly, this console window is going to be loading a bunch of numbers from 0 all the way to the amount of meshes the model has. So that's basically how you import and rig models in Blender. Oh wait, let me show you guys how to rig keyblades real quick. Hold up. So go to File, Import. I'm just gonna do this again for my keyblades. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'll do Paradise Glimpse. Let's open you up. Oh, I forgot to get rid of this shit here. Okay. So you want to open up the thing in the outliner again. Delete joints. Delete rigid bodies. This is only if you're working with MMD, guys. If you're working with other game models, you don't have to actually do this. But I'm gonna delete the bones from this as well. And delete you. Okay. Now to do this, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do this in 2.8 again. But like I said, the concept is generally the same for both 2.78 and 2.8, 2.79 and 2.8. Okay, so and then I'm gonna export this as an FBX. So Paradise Glimpse. I'd have it saved as FBX, but I don't mind overwriting it. Okay, and I don't know why I closed out of Blender. I don't know why I did that. I gotta reopen it. Oh yeah, because I thought I was done. My bad. Reopen it then. Not a problem. Okay, import that keyblade. FBX. Paradise Glimpse. FBX. Okay, now to rig your keyblade, what you're gonna want to do is, I'll show you guys how to rig the keychain too, but it's gonna be kind of difficult with the keyblade like this because there's so many different edges and stuff. But I'll show you guys the general concept of how to rig a keychain. But and I'll also show you guys how to do that in Maya. But in my experience, rigging keychains is a shit ton of work because you have to rig each individual link for each bone, and that's just a lot of work. So I'll show you guys how to rig the keychain, but if you guys are sane enough, you won't want to rig the keychain. But I'll show you guys just in case you do. So now I'm gonna go ahead and open up another keyblade for myself. So I'm gonna grab a model name of this. I'll provide a link to this text file, guys, in the description. This is a list of model names from OpenKH. I just copied and pasted it into a text file so I don't have to keep going back to that one page. But yeah, I'll provide a link to this in the description for you guys. But I'm gonna drag this back over to here now. Okay, so Control F. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and search for that model in my folder here. Okay, drag that into an Oasis. Bookkeeper. Okay. Go up to File. Import. FBX. Paradise Glimpse. Import Bookkeeper. And as you guys can see, the MMD keyblade is a lot bigger than Oathkeeper. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to rotate it so that it's lined up with Oathkeeper real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So rotate you. Trying to line it up with the plane as best you can. You can always go back and reposition it before you rig it. Because once you rig it, you can't reposition it. Drag it over. Okay. Scale it down. Hold up. What are the scale options here? 0.50, 0.50, 0.50, 0.50. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, and then reposition it so it lines up with the keyblade. You want to make sure you position the keyblade so it aligns. You want to try to reposition the keyblade as best you can with the KH2 keyblade. I'm gonna try to align it as best you can. Doesn't have to be entirely perfect, but you want to align it pretty accurately for it to work in the game. So this handle is huge. So align it with the keyblade as best you can. Rotate it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Once you got it aligned correctly, I don't know why I'm so used to hitting Alt in the middle mouse key or scroll wheel key for repositioning because I'm so used to Maya, but it's no big deal. Okay, now that I got that, I'm gonna delete the other keyblade. So go back to the outline, open up the bone 000 for the keyblade, delete the mesh. Then use the stuff with the bones. So then what you want to do is you want to select everything. Up to object. Hold up. Sorry guys. Select the bones first. Up to object, pose mode. Then select the mesh and the bones. Or not. Or not. There we go. Okay, so select the mesh and then select the bones, and then hit Control P. Go down to Develop Weights again. Then it'll bind it to the keyblade. And all you gotta do is go up to just first deselect everything. And weight paint mode. Okay, now this is where the weight painting comes into play. So, if you want to rig the keychain, you want to make sure you don't rig the keychain with the actual keyblade. You want to rig the links individually. So I'm just going to color the keyblade real quick, just like this. I'm not going to do a very accurate job because, you know, this is just a tutorial for tutorial's sake. Once you rig the keyblade. Plus, guys, when you're rigging the keyblade, you want to make sure you want to make sure all the blue is this bright red here. If it's not all bright red, then it's not rigged properly. So you want to make sure you rig it all bright red. I'm not going to be doing that because again, this is just a tutorial. But you guys want to make sure that it's all bright red when you go to rig it. And I just rigged the keychain. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, now that I got the keyblade rigged, I'm gonna go down and lower my radius a bit, and then you want to select each bone, or you want to color each individual chain link. So I'm gonna do that right here real quick. So color that. Go to your bones here. With your bones here, cut that on the wrong chain link, but okay. Go to chain link. Go to bone 1. Color this. Color this. Go to bone 3. Bone 2, sorry. Bone 2, color that. Go to bone 3, color this. Bone 4, color this, and so on and so on. And once you're done with that, it's the same process as the character model. You export as FBX from Blender. So export it as FBX. Go into an Oasis. Navigate to your folder, right click, export, and then choose DAE Collada. Then open up the MD Explorer, drag the DAE onto the open button, and let it do its thing. Okay, that's it for this part of the tutorial, guys. I'll be covering rigging in Maya next. So for Maya users, look forward to that. But yeah, this is it for this tutorial. Hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And yeah, this plays Mods, guys. Peace.
Go ahead, be gone with it.